All right, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of GMS, because that's where I learned this truth from. Warm salutations to the brothers pushing this word throughout the four corners of the globe, the hopeful elect. A barakatah to you, brothers. A barakathum to all of you Akim out here doing the work across the four corners of the globe, who are like unto the speckled bird. We out here looking like every nation because we were mixed with all of different people. Here you see the true image of the Lord. And here you see the false image. The Lord's going to be coming back for his people who's going to look like him. Today I'm going to go ahead and get into whatever the hell this is. Apparently, they're saying the yellow mealworm is safe for humans to eat. So when I took a look at this, it kind of just reminded me that he has a plan for the world, and his plan is for everybody to live in absolute misery. So he wants to cut down on all the actual food and feed worms to the remainder of the people. He wants to have two classes: the super ultra omega rich and the people that's eating worms because they're so poor they can't afford real food. And he's doing a lot of stuff with the economy right now that's going to make it absolutely impossible for people to afford food. So worms are going to be, a commodity. It says that people are going to pay an absurd price for like a donkey's tongue or a donkey's head as well. That's in the scripts, and I'm not quoting verbatim, but I'm gonna get part of the article. Yellow mealworms, finger food, smoothies, biscuits, pasta, and burgers could soon be mass produced across Europe after the insect became the first found safe for human consumption. This is biblically inaccurate. This is very biblically inaccurate. This is Leviticus 11:41. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, or whatsoever hath more feet among creeping things that creep upon the earth, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination. And the key thing here with worms are that they go upon the belly. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the belly definition in Merriam-Webster. It's the stomach and its adjuncts, the surface of an animal's body. This is the central most place. And go ahead and grab the belly in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced Gahawan, and you got you're reading it from right to left. You have a Ga, the ha. It's like a ha, but it's not really a ha. It's got that guttural sound to it. You have a Wa. You have a Na at the end, but you're not going to pronounce the A all the way at the end of the Na. So it's Gahawan, and the Blue Letter Bible likes to go off quite a bit. So when brothers are pressing that little speaker sound, that's going to say Gahawan, and that's just wrong because it's Gahawan if you like actually read it. And you go down to the definition. Here is the external abdomen, belly as the source of the fetus. I think it means fetus there because it's also where women will hold the baby in their womb. So these these mealworms, they crawl in their belly. The Lord does not want you to eat them. If you are eating them, expect to have negative health side effects. Yellow mealworms soon to appear in European menus, bars, smoothies, burgers. The EU decided they are safe and they want to add them in there. It's a plant-based alternative meat options, and it's supposed to be a niche. They're investing a lot of money into it. The European Food Safety Authority today reported that they're safe for human consumption. It's a breakthrough. The 1997 law said that any food that had not been eaten before that year should be authorized as novel foods. But countries such as the UK decided that this law didn't refer to animals used for food, therefore they could sell those products. So they'll literally yellow journalism their way through it. They'll literally change their own laws. And what all of this was eerily reminiscent of for me was that Georgia Guidestone and that Green New Deal. Keep in mind, this isn't even in America, but it seems like it's the exact same people that are in control that are making, pushing this thing forward. Here's the Georgia Guidestone. It's like some actual stones with some directions on it. And rule number 1 is maintain humanity under 500,000. That's the 500 million people in perpetual balance with nature. And the last thing it says, be not a cancer on the earth, leave room for nature, leave room for nature. It actually repeats it apparently. So this is the global Green New Deal, a global Green New Deal. Let me go ahead and read it, because the main point about the global Green New Deal is that they want to stimulate 3 sectors. It's 3 objectives. They want economic recovery, poverty eradication, and reduce carbon emissions. And then they're trying to get everybody to eat mealworms. And then if you go into the study about cows, you'll find out that cows are the main thing that emits the greenhouse gas or the carbon emissions that they're trying to do away with. It says a whopping 30% of Earth's ice-free landmass is used for pasture for livestock. So 30%. A study found out, beef requires about twice as much land per gram of protein as chicken and pork. And you shouldn't be eating pork. And 20 times as much land as the equivalent amount of protein from beans. Because population increases, blah, blah, blah. By 2050, they expect that the population will hit 10 billion people. And it will use up humanity's annual carbon budget. So they have budgeted out how much they believe with their science, with their pseudoscience, their fake doctored random numbers that they've thrown basically spaghetti at a wall. They believe that if we have too many cows, it'll blow up the planet or whatever and we'll all die. So we got to reduce the amount of cows and make everybody eat worms is basically what they're getting at. Says Americans generate the equivalent of more than 16 metric tons of carbon dioxide per year. Get to the part where it says how much the cattle. And it says, since cows are the most carbon intensive part of the food industry, cattle are responsible for 62% of agricultural emissions. Eating fewer of them is one of the most powerful steps an individual can take towards protecting the planet. So once again, they're starting with humans as the problem and not the rulership that is the problem. So they think that lessening the amount of people that eat cows and lessening the amount of cows that are produced and turned into food would solve their Georgia Guidestone problem of having 500 million or less people. It'll help them sustain the world if everybody's eating insect burgers. And it literally says insect burger. I'm not walking into a store eating anything called insect burger. That's not happening. Not on purpose. Not Lord willing. That's all I can say. Lord's will. Adawan, Ratazah. I won't be sitting around eating no damn bugs. At least, and locusts are actually lawful. So if I was going to eat a bug, I'd want to eat the lawful ones. And this is Revelation 6:3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast come and see. I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and that there was given unto him a great sword. And the point right there was that the power was given him to take peace from the earth. And that's exactly what this devil is doing with these damn mealworms. It's like you already got control over the entire earth. You have control over everybody. You beating everybody down to a pulp. And now you say, nah, that's not good enough. Eat dirt. Eat the things that live in the dirt. Eat the worms. Yeah, eat the insects. I want all the food, 100%. Y'all can't have nothing. Eat worms. That's the mind of these devils, man. And this is Revelation 6:5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. The fourth seal, death. This is Revelation 6:7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with beasts of the earth. This devil is going to let all hell break loose for control. He's not giving up his rulership without a fight. And you know what? I don't really blame him for wanting to keep his rulership, but I do blame our people for wanting to stay in this place. That's just weird to me. Like, everything's absolute hell, and our people are like trying to get back to more hell. It's weird. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab Revelation. Yeah, this is a nightmare, yo. You go to sleep and you have a bad dream, but you keep waking up to the nightmare, man. This place is some type of dystopian nightmare. We just keep waking up into. And I can't wait till Yahushua comes, them chariots, and turns Babylon into a freaking wasteland, because that's what it should be. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what's going to happen to this place. Thermonuclear warfare is going to touch America very, very soon. This is Revelation 13:13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. That thing that beast that had the wound by the sword is that the Greco-Roman Empire, which they kind of run one and the same. But the point there is that he's going to deceive them that dwell on the earth. And that word deceive over here in the Greek is planao, something like that.
Strong's G 4105, planao. Planao.
And I know the blue letter be going off, but that's what they said it is. And I've yet to learn the Greek. I'm more focused on the Hebrew, because that's the language. The Lashon Kodash, that is the holy tongue, the language that we ought to be speaking, the language that we'll be speaking in the kingdom. And that means to cause to stray, to lead astray, lead aside from the right way, to sever or fall away from the truth, to be led aside from the path of virtue, to go astray. It literally says sin. So he's going to cause people, he's going to deceive and cause people to sin. And that ultimate sin that you could be doing is right here, Revelation 13:16. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So right about now, you're looking at all this pipeline garbage remember that people have to still be buying and selling when the Lord makes his return, because he's got to come as a thief in the night. So it wouldn't add up to any prophecies. I mean, it wouldn't be biblically accurate for the Lord to say, oh, the pipeline's down, so let me come back now. No, it's a lot more that's got to happen. The stuff that's happening in the Middle East has to heat up. Missiles got to, touch down over here. Before that, you got to have him make this mark mandatory. And when that happens, that's when the Lord should be lifting up the standard. You need to keep an eye out for that prophecy. But here's what that devil has planned for, everybody that wants to stick with his system and get down with his image. He wants you eating maggots and roaches and shit. He wants you eating insect burgers. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, Abba Babal.